Hey, welcome back to Classic Model Trains. This week we're jumping into some 3-rail O-gauge stuff, some Lionel. I'm going to do a Resto-Mod to the thing. I found a giant pile. It's bad. So we're going to give it a complete repaint, a fantasy paint scheme like I've done in the past. Hang with me, check this thing out. It's an awesome journey. I'm Ron, Classic Model Trains. Take a gander at this thing. First off, we're missing a truck. We're missing the linkage. The linkage that's there is horribly filthy. Oh, this eccentric rod bolt is bent. This is off. Look at the filth on this thing. Oh, it's perfect. I love it. What a hammered out pile. It's another 2056. This is what I used to make that pacemaker locomotive with, the red and the gray one. The Resto-Mod. Well, I'm going to Resto-Mod this one up also. I looked on eBay for just the biggest pile I could find, and I bought it. Because this is the most fun, is to take these beasts and redo them. We got to get our big boy screwdriver out here. I want to get the shell off. We're going to completely strip it. We got to get it in the Ultrasonic. It's been a while since I've worked on this. So it's going to be tough for me to remember. Get this trailing truck out and this screw here. Okay, we're looking good so far. Boiler cover. Jesus, Venices. That's mold. Is it going to, what's going on here? These guys. Seems like more than just one screw should have been holding the whole thing on. That's just me talking. So somebody's really been into this thing. Get these guys up out of the way. Here we go. Yes. No. More. Come on. Why do you got to be just the problem child? You just never could get along, could you? Yes. What is all of this? That's all the scub from the smoke unit. Overfilling all these years. Feller's putting the pills in them. That's what that is. Golly. I've got to get a significant tool out here to work on these. We need to straighten these. Oh, that one just broke. Dang it. Hope I've got some wire like this floating around. That's unfortunate. I want to get this bell out right here. Wouldn't you know it? My hammer's not around. Thankfully, I have this one. That's stripped. So I'm going to get this going in the Ultrasonic. It's going to take quite some time. We're going to pull out these cotter keys that are in here also. So we want to strip it completely down. And then this, pretty much wherever there's a screw, I'm going to take it apart. I ain't never seen one this bad before. That is a really, really bad smoke unit right there. This front pilot is missing a screw. I'm sure it's got to have 2 in there. God. This eccentric, oh yeah. Spacer, bent bolt, the eccentric crank. This will slide off here. Well, what is it gonna be? 732s? That's what it is. We're just gonna strip this down like the wind. Because everything is, it's just so bad. This one's actually got more to it. These are aluminum pins. And it always makes me wonder how many bends they've got before they just completely fail. Try to get a hold of this guy. Come on, you can do it. Ah, mercy. I got one of those vacuum, well, we call them sucky bags for food preservation. Put your food in it, you put the thing in the vacuum, and then it seals it shut. These bags are big enough to put the boiler in. So this is going to warm up. I'm going to let it soak to 130, and then we're just going to buzz it for 30 minutes. And this works for me. I don't need to use oven cleaner. I don't need any of them other ideas. This is what I do because I need to clean it, degrease it all at once. I got the tools. This is what I use. There's other ways to do it. I agree. I just do it this way. So let that sit till it gets up to temp, and then we'll fire it up. A lot of people sit there and say, well, why don't you use a media cabinet, a sandblaster, to take the paint off these things? Well, for one thing, the cabinets themselves are relatively large. If you want to have something that's usable, you're going to want a cabinet about this size right here, or a little larger. And then the compressor that it takes to run them. Do you think this one's going to do it? No. You're going to need one like this. This is a big one. 3-phase, maybe two-phase for sure, 220, 221, whatever it takes. And the room that all this would take? No, it's just, I don't have the money for it because they're expensive. I don't have the room for it because we're just in a 12 by 12 cabin here, the workspace that I've got to work in. That's why I don't use a media cabinet. They're great, I absolutely agree. If you got a great big area to put them in, grab one up and you got about $4 extra. Yeah, now people say, oh, I do it. You know, I'm not going to do it without enough air. I've done industrial sandblasting before. I want to sit there and I want to move some product. I don't want to sit there and because I might want to do a rim or an engine head. Well, I can't do that anymore. I can't lift the head up. But if I did, that's what I would do. So that's why I don't use a media cabinet. Let's get back into working on this thing. I had to dig up the old soldering iron here so I could finish taking this thing apart. This is coming off of the pickups. Ugh. Ooh, that's old stinky wiring. This one's going up to the, okay. The E unit back here, we gotta get, everything is so filthy. Is that stripped out? Sure acts like it. Yeah, there's been better ones. Get this guy out. Our brush holders. I heard the brushes go every which way but loose. Here they are. They don't look too bad. Both of them look about like that. Of course, that isn't going to come out. Where is this going to? Oh, it's got its own pickup. It's got its very own pickup. Well, that's okay. What is the, oh, that's going up to the magnet. Sure. That's going up to the electromagnet is what I should have said. This one here's the pickup from the pickups. I've just never seen one with dual pickups on it. This Action Jackson up here has got these pins holding it in. Look at this. Look at the buildup on that. Oh, that's just that gasket, but still, it's terrible. That's terrible. Even the puffers stuck in it. There was so much oozing up and down from it. God. There's this head right here of this, so I want to support that so I can knock this out. Here, here. This, yes. So it looks like that. We've got another one here at the back. We're gonna pound that out. And this is gonna get this guy off right there. Oh, man. Get this other armature plate off here. These have they're a wear spot right there. Whenever you lubricate these things properly, and then it still goes down the track and it howls, that's because of this right here being all stripped out. How can a guy tell if it's stripped out? If it's got play in it? It's not good. That little piece I just showed you is on the gear side of the armature. When they're all wore out, I'm not sure what to do, because when I talked to the train tender up there in upstate New York where I get all my Lionel parts at, he didn't have any. Now, it doesn't mean he never has any, but he might not have that many. They might be kind of rare. A guy's got to be able to fix them. What's a good way to fix them? What would a guy have to do? I got something right over here I want to show you. This is what a guy could do. This here is called a mini lathe. This one was made back in the 70s. It's a Shoreline that was imported from Australia. All the boys down there in that part of the woods are, yay, they're being represented in the video. A guy could make a bushing. So you got this part right there. So what you do is you drill it out, and then you would get a piece of brass and you would make it the right size, and then you drill it out and tighten it up. Give it, 1 or 2 thousandths. This here, I purchased it Walt Scottson with the Harlowtown Railroad Museum up there in Montana from the Milwaukee Road. They had a donation and they had to go out and get it. And this was one of the donations, and then they used the donations to raise money to support the museum. So I purchased it from him, and I've been busy trying to get the tools of the trade for the things and the stuff. It's got all the, I don't know what these are all called, because I'm not I'm not that level of mechanic. Like, that's the mechanic's mechanic when they can do this stuff. Oh, man. But this is a side thing to do for me to figure out how to make stuff on it. And also, maybe I might be able to make those brass bushings for them Bachmann split gears and stuff like that on the GS4s and the Lionel Freedom trains, because there seems to be a market for them out there. I think that's the best way to fix them compared to the 3D gears. That's one more thing to add to my list of stuff to do. It never ends. Let's get back into tearing this thing apart. We're gonna use this little fella right here and pull these wheels off. Hopefully we're gonna be able to get under this. Oh, am I not gonna be able to get under that? Takes forever to get it set up. Come on. There's a lot of things you gotta make sure of when you're using these gear pullers. I'm starting on the gear side because they're farther away from the chassis than this side over here is. You can get these teeth in behind there. Don't pinch this gear in between this jaw. You got to center these all up, center it in. Everything's kind of flopping around loose in the air until you finally get her going. I'm used to having these things be kind of flexible where you can move them around as you get getting, but this one here is, you got to be right on when you get going. Put a little tension on it, give it a little pop. Little tension, little pop. Oh, so you can see the play in the bushings right here. That's too bad. This thing's been used. Then you get her moving, keep pulling her off. Yep, see there? And this axle, of course, will just come out. These all are going to have to go into the ultrasonic and screw that little feller to the moon. Filthy. Absolutely filthy. Why did I unscrew this thing all the way? Sometimes using the right tools and using the wrong tools, it's faster to do it with the, see, I got the dang jaw underneath there. Sometimes it's easier to do it with the wrong tools. So I pull these out by just holding it in my hand and driving a punch through them. A lot faster and easier. $2 center punch. Sure got her done faster. Gears over here. More gears over here. Is that a washer? Yes. That roller doesn't even roller. We are about halfway through the video. Right now is an excellent time to do Classic Model Trains Classic Model of the Week. Do you guys know who this is? If you do, put her name in the comments down below. If you don't, hang out till the end. I'll let you know who she is. Let's get back into it. So about 45 minutes of the ultrasonic cleaner, this is what she looked like. And it came out and the paint was still sort of on it. And I just used a toothbrush and went like this and the paint just fell off. And it's down the drain and it's gone. So this is what she looks like right now, inside and out. I'm gonna work on this and I'm gonna work and shine it and try to get it more of a shiny color like that so we can prep it for paint. Prepping always takes so long and then it takes 12 seconds to paint, but that's our goal for the body right now. This came out really, really nice, for sure. It's Saturday morning now, and I got this all cleaned up. Last night, I was sitting here giving it the old wire brush treatment, and I showed it to the little lady, and she's like, "You're putting scratches in that thing." I'm like, "What? No way." And it's like, well, yeah. So I'm gonna have to go through with this. This is a 600 grit whirlybird right there. And I'm going to give it the whoop into shape. And hopefully I can buff all them little scratches out. I'm hoping. Either that or I'm going to have to put 14 layers of paint on it. So this is going to take a while. Prepping. We got to paint this. We got to paint this. As much as I put that in the ultrasonic, it never lost the paint on it for some reason. We got to paint this. This is a brand new one. And yeah, get that headlight out of it. So these things got to be all painted up right away before I start doing the mechanical, because that's going to be easy. So I'm going to keep working on this. I'll give you updates as we move along. This here's the drawbar that's at the back of the locomotive that pulls the tender along. And this is actually facing the wrong direction. I didn't order up a new one of these things, so we really need to keep this thing around. I am going to see if I can anneal it by warming it up and then bend it back the other direction. I'm not sure if this is a good idea, bad idea yet, but we're going to find out. Come on now. Work with that. It was a bad idea. Dang it. Shoot. Shoot. The This falls into one of those categories of that's exactly what I was afraid of. That flame is not as hot as I'd hoped for. No, it is not. I'm trying to get a strong 90 on this part right here. Oh, tighten that up, it won't bend around. Nothing quite like doing some gentle machining with a torch while you're working on your model locomotive. So now I've got these two pieces. I'll come up with a plan though, I know that. We're gonna check out our armature here and our commutators. I cleaned these all up. I have like an 800 grit, one of these little Zeelies, and really buffed that and made her into shape. We're in the horseshoe mode right here. So we want to check for continuity between these poles here, 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 and nothing going to ground. So this little feller is serviceable, ready to get put back to work. Cleaned this all up, it came out unbelievable. Polished these up. This is spitting freely. I got to lube it, of course. This one here was just being drug around the track. It's all grooved out and stuff. Then our spring holders here. What am I gonna do? We're gonna cut these wires off because I'm going to rebuild this. So we got this guy that sits over here. Get these two screws here nice and tight. Super Lube, multi-purpose synthetic. We're gonna be using this all over everything, mostly. So we're gonna give it a little taste right in here. Little taste right around there. So there's one in. Oh, these brushes, I never cleaned them up. Here's the length of brand new brushes, and here's the ones that are the originals. That one got broke on its launch. That's too bad I did that. They got a line on one side, so that goes in. Let's give this area, let's give it a little taste right in there. And then this guy is going to get bolted on like that. And of course, I don't know what bolts were on it. I believe it was this one, but I've only got the one. Then the other screw, got kind of a mess going on here in the workbench. This shaft here, we're going to put some Super Lube on because it puts this gear in right there. Goes up to our motor. Sure, we want to have that lubed. And it's time for the axles. And I took them off the back way. I took the gear side off. So we're going to grease up all these bushings right in here. 3 on this side, 3 on this side. That's too much right there. And I've been cleaning and shining like you wouldn't believe on all this stuff. Look at that. There's even thrust washers over on this side. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I don't know why it's only on this side though. Kind of breaks a feller's heart. We want to be able to get underneath both sides too. Sure. All that grease I put in there squishes out. Now we got to put on one of these rods because we're going to quarter this thing. Both of these eccentric, they're bent. So we'll dispose of those. So I've ordered up freshies here. Eccentric crank rod. Goodness, that about killed me. See, now we got all of these guys timed, you know, as much as you can. We got to work on putting the wheels in on this side over here. And I got kind of a weird way that I do it. See, these are down. So the other one can either be forward or back. 6 o'clock. So this has either got to be at 3 or 9. You got to make sure you got all your gears in on this side when you start doing this, or else you're going to be disappointed. You'll be upset. One spacer washer, and then this feller here. 3 o'clock. If I can catch the original splines in it, then you've really got something there. That was what I'm talking about. I might have got it on a little, is it a little tight? I don't know. But I'm gonna do that for the rest of them here. And then I also put the rod on this other side to make sure that it's going as I do each wheel so I don't mess it up. And these rods are junk. I've got brand new rods and all this stuff. So if I kind of bend one up, it's gonna be okay. And then once you're all said and done, everything lines up and it does what it's supposed to do. These guys are all straight forward right here. These guys are straight up-ish. Well, this thing's got a lot of play in it. I hope this works out. Oh, forgot, once we put our new brushes in, we got to line them up with the springs. The springs will keep them from rotating. So there's this thing mostly put back together. We got a paint of Palooza coming up right here. I've been painting body with stuff. I'm spending time waiting for paint to dry in between working on this. I want to paint these wheels here red, the spokes. So I'm going to take all this off so I can hand paint it all, put it back together. I'm not putting a lot of oil on it yet because I don't want oil to get into the areas that I'm painting. So there's going to be a lot of painting going on here. Continuing on. Here's something new I'm going to try. I took this plunger out, and they make this thing called an E-unit plunger spring. It looks like this right here. And I am hoping that this will make a snappier. A lot of times when you're doing the power off and on, and it takes a second for the plunger to drop sometimes. Just a second, a half a second, millisecond. Well, I'm hoping that this might expedite it a little bit more. So you spread these wings out all the way, and so you can get this pin, this copper pin to let loose. And here we go, we'll put it back in. And I'm just hoping that this will just more better. One more better is all I'm looking for. So if that's the only difference I've ever done with this one compared to any of the others. I made a video on how to rebuild these things here just a couple of videos ago, so I'm not going to go through a lot of detail on this one here. I'm just going to get her knocked out. And after some creative time, a little soldering action, we've got the unit put in. Yellow wire goes to the electromagnet. Green and blue. God, I hope so. I should probably look that up and make sure now that I cut the wires. Shoot. Well, I'll check that out, but here's this so far. I think we'll work on upgrading the smoke unit. I already put a new bulb in because I didn't want to lose this. This is stuck in there because of all the pills. They just kept dropping pills in and overflowed this thing. So I'm just going to use some heat, warm this up, and then I'm expecting this bottom cup to fall out. Yep. Then I want to take out this top cup right here. We're going to do the same. Oh, don't warm that up now. Yep. So we're going to just pitch this, burn the rest of this ick out, so I can work on rebuilding this. Old smoke fluid right there. Probably messed this thing up. I didn't plan that too good, as usual. Smoke fluid. I started this project late. I spent the majority of the week building buildings, painting them all up for the Tyco layout. Here, I'll show you guys those in just a little bit. Then it's like Friday, I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. Saturday, oh, we better probably knock this out. I think I got all the parts for it. It seems like I underestimated how long it takes to paint because it took like 27 coats of yellow to get the thing. Oh, here, let me show you guys what I'm doing here. This is what I'm using as like my idea. This one. This gives me just, maybe I'll put those up on the screen there. It's gonna be a Resto-Mod, a Denver and Rio Grande, a fantasy scheme. This is what they call the Bumblebee paint scheme. And these were on like the 1890 locos, the American 440s and things. Well, I want to put it to a newer one. Well, I got to wait for the paint to dry in between all the coats. I'm never going to be able to get this done for this video here. So we're going to get the mechanical stuff all done, which is easy. And I was doing that while I was waiting for paint to dry, and my weekend got away from me because I planned it poorly. So next week, we'll do the reveal on this thing. So I'll show you what we got so far before we get going on it. I got more going on in here. I'm just filling you in on what's taking place right now. It's Sunday and it's 5:15 and I'm editing it. And I think maybe I can get some more wheels painted up and I can get that all put together before I put this video to bed and upload it tonight. Let's take a look at those little buildings that we was working on. So our first building kit, these are all made by Pola. This was imported by AHM, but the exact same one was imported and was branded for Tyco. And this is what the building looked like, the yellow and the brown. The yellow was kind of faded. So I decided I wanted to paint it to make it look not so thin and icky. It was nice enough, I rattle canned everything, glued it all together, made the colors more on it. It really brings them around when you put guys onto things, but this camera lens is not helping out a feller too much at all. Had to research these to see, for one, what they were and what sign they're showing and what color they're going to be. And that the back side of them is black because it only, oh my goodness, okay. I probably still blew it. So if this signal tower is this color and the interlock tower, it looks like it's a twin from the same outfit, well, we got to make it look the same way too. So this one, Same thing, same colors. It's really quite enjoyable. It takes me like 2 days to do these things because of the time waiting for the paint to dry and the glue and everything else. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I only got one guy on this, ran out of time. And I was jacked about building the gruesome casket one right here. And turns out that I bought a whole second kit that needed this part right here, and it didn't have it, or I've lost it or something like that. So I happen to have a Burns Electric Company laying around. So I took it and I combined it because I had this part over here already. I don't like weatherizing, but I wanted the gruesome casket to look dark. I found this picture online of what I thought looked really neat. So I decided to do the same thing. And I gave it some winterization, just a black wash, a real light wash, to get it into the grout lines and stuff like that. And it's like, you know what? Weatherization could be fun. It's growing on me. I still got to put signage on it because I bit off more than I could chew this week to getting all these things done. So we got 3 more buildings built for the Tyco layout. So let's take a look at what this body looks like over here. We are yellow, 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 yellow. And I'm not a professional painter, so I probably put too much yellow on it, but we'll use it as a primer undercoat. This is engine enamel, and boy, does it get shiny. Yellow, black, from here forward, silver, black, black, yellow, couple Bumblebee stripes, and then the Denver Rio Grande Western. Red up in the front, yellow steam chests, the rest of it will be black, and this will be all silver. Let's take a look at that power unit, what she's gonna look like. So here she is. I got 2 coats of the red on the wheels right there. I had to hang the pilot on the front to get the to work. Brand new rods on them. It, of course, doesn't shine. Why won't they shine? I want them to oh yeah, sure. Updated smoke unit, completely rebuilt and updated E unit. And if I get enough fingers here, run all this. This black thing right there, it always loses power on it. This is a bad piece. I gotta dig it out. So she won't even be able to go across this rotten thing. Sure. Now that is what we call a really nice run and run. Oh, she's almost completely brand new. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. Love it. That's a seriously smooth runner. I didn't know I had that problem with that track, but we'll get it on a bigger track when it's all done. We'll get over there to Dave's house and see if we can roll it on that layout over there. The amount of time I spent working on the mechanics is less time than it's going to take me to paint this. I bet you I've got 10 hours into painting the thing. 10? Maybe 6. Maybe, I don't know. I'm bad at estimating, so I never make any money. We'll have it done for next video, though. Lots of time to get in on this thing. I think it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. I want to thank Brian, the truck driver out there. He's a viewer that stopped into town, rang me up. We went out and had supper and beers last night, and I said, I don't know who to use for the classic model of the week. He said, you should use Heather Thomas from the Fall Guy, the television show in the late 80s, I guess it was, late 80s. So thank you guys for kicking it with me. Here's a couple of videos for the E unit rebuild and the smoker unit rebuild update for those if you want to check those out. Talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.